Okay, I downloaded a 30-day trial of Dreamweaver into my Macintosh, so I can show you how to do this. Okay, the first thing that I show you was how to define the site on your desktop, right? So on your desktop, you had created a folder that said site, and inside that folder, you had created two other folders, one that said PDFs, and the other one that said images. That's all that you did here. You also went into the web and you downloaded an image. And I actually suggested that you would go ahead and download your logo, and we did that. We went to where our logo might have been located. I show you that you could go ahead and actually use a snipping tool to go ahead and capture the logo as a PNG. The one tool that you can use here on your Macintosh, it's called the grab tool. On the Windows machine, it's called the snip tool. And what it allows you to do, it allows you to go ahead and capture a selection. So I'm going to go ahead and capture my selection. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to go over my selection. So I want to capture this as my logo, so I'm going to do that. It will go ahead and create this file. I want to go ahead and save this file. I want to save this file as a PNG file on my desktop, so I have my site folder inside the images. And I'm going to go ahead and give it the name of logo, and then save. Now I can go ahead and quit grab. There you go. So now I got my logo selected there. Now the next thing I need to do is, now that I have my logo, is to go ahead, go back to Dreamweaver, and then start making my Dreamweaver document. But before I can start doing that, I have to go ahead and map the new site, this site folder on my desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and go to new site under the site menu. I'm going to call it my site. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on this button, which allows me to navigate again to the desktop, which allows me to select the site folder, and then choose, and then save. And now what I see on my right hand side is a folder that says images with my logo, which happens to be a TIF file, but that's okay, and the PDFs, and now I can go ahead and create my HTML document. So I'm going to go ahead and go here in the middle, click HTML. I'm going to go ahead and type in my name. Then link 1 will be resume, pipe, the next UCSB, and then if I have my LinkedIn, I would go ahead and type in LinkedIn. And I'm going to go ahead and have a spacer for the logo, a space saver. There you go. So a couple things. How do you make links? Select that you want to become a link, and then go down here to the properties and choose on the link box and type in, if you know the name of the file, the name of the file. Even though we don't have the file yet. That's a relative link. The other type of links are links that start with http:// and that this would be the URL that you see from the place that you want to link into. So if I wanted to link somewhere else, say I wanted to link exactly to this place, then I would go ahead and copy that and then paste it into this place, and it would automatically do HTTP for me. So make sure you click in here and then press enter so it takes the link. Alright, and then LinkedIn, since I don't recall my LinkedIn account, I'm going to again double click to select the word, go then to link, and then add a pound sign. A pound sign will link it to itself. The next thing I can do is select my name and then go over here, and I can see there's two buttons, HTML and CSS. I'm going to click on CSS. Then I'm going to go ahead and select the font. I'm going to select Georgia. It's going to give me this. Fine. I'm going to type in title. What it's doing is creating something called a cascading style sheet. So that's fine. Say yes. And now I can control the size. So now I can go ahead and make it like 36. And the other thing you can do is you can select the whole thing and center it. And it's going to apply to the body. That's fine. Click OK. And then the logo. Okay, bring in the logo into here. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and save this document. Just go to File, Save As, and it's going to the right folder. Notice this is Site, and type in Index. Spelling that's count, and then Save. Okay, now to bring the logo. To bring the logo, I'm going to need to do something special to this logo of mine. So I am going to go ahead and quit Dreamweaver. I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. Then I am going to go ahead and go to my site. I'm going to go to my images. I'm going to go ahead and right click. That's 2 fingers, 1 tap if you have a laptop. And I'm going to go to Adobe Photoshop. Now I'm opening this in Adobe Photoshop because it's a TIFF file, and as a TIFF file, it's not ready for the web. It has to be either a PNG or a GIF. So once I open it, I just need to go to File, Save for Web and Devices, and it will go ahead and guess it's a PNG file, and it would have guessed right. So I'm going to go ahead and press Save. Then I'm going to go ahead and go to my desktop, find the folder that says Site, find my images, and then Save. Now I have logo PNG, and I have the other logo which I don't want because it's a TIFF file. So I'm going to go back over here, create another folder called Assets. This will be a place where I keep my originals. So I'm going to go ahead and put the TIFF original logo into the Assets. And I'm going to keep the other one, as I quit Photoshop, my PNG file into the images. Okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and open Dreamweaver again. Now to open Dreamweaver from here, I'm going to select Index, right click, Open with Dreamweaver. Once it opens up, I'm now able to select the word logo. Alright, and then bring in the images. So I select the word logo, Insert, Image. It goes to the site folder, then the images folder, then select the PNG file, then choose, and then add an alternate text. I'm just going to type in logo, then click OK. So there's my logo. I can remove the word logo. Now I have my logo, I have my name, I have a link to a resume page that does not exist. Let me save. So I'm going to go to File, Save. The next thing is to create a resume, HTML file, just as a placeholder. So you're going to go to File, Save As, type in resume. Now notice that I'm doing everything lowercase. If you're not doing everything lowercase, you will go crazy. So do everything lowercase. So I'm going to go ahead and save resume, and then because I want to distinguish this from my index page, I'm going to type in resume and remove that. And let's see what else. Save. Now let's look at it. I'm going to quit Dreamweaver, and I want to go ahead and just take a peek. I'm just going to double click. It will launch the browser, but see, still on my desktop. I just want to see if it works though. Okay, it works. Now I want to be able to go to my UWeb.ucsb.edu /Gaucho157 and it show me this. Now I kind of cheated because I already had it up there. So let me show you the whole process using my Filezilla account. Now I already downloaded Filezilla and I installed it. So I just need to go back here, go to my site manager. I'm using Filezilla. I just turn on Filezilla, and then I need to select a new site because I don't have a connection to that yet. And I'm going to call this uStorage. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to type in uStorage.ucsb.edu, port 22, SFTP, normal, my username, my password, then click connect, then click OK. Now I can go ahead and see that I have this area right here, which allows me to then double click on new web folder. I see over here as a default my desktop, which is the site folder, which I'm going to go ahead and double click. Okay, since I have already a 157 folder here, I am going to actually delete it. I'm going to right click on that folder. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that I do want to delete that folder, which will cost this, right? That is no longer existent, but the URL is where I want it to go. So then I need to go ahead and do the following. I need to create in here by right clicking, create a directory, call 157, which you guys already did with me in class. So you will have the 157 folder already in existence. I will click on that. This is my new files. I don't want to bring the assets, that's only my originals. I do want to bring this over though, and this is an extra file that gets created just randomly. So I'm only going to go ahead and bring what I want. So these two files, the PDFs and the images. So now I have that. Okay, so now if I refresh this, then I should be able to see what I exactly had here. and my resume should work the same. And my link to UCSB should take me to UCSB. Okay? So what happens then, let me go ahead and quit Filezilla, when you want to make changes. Let's say you actually want to go ahead and make a link to, and actually put a PDF and etc, etc, etc. Well, let's go ahead and open up Dreamweaver. I'm going to go ahead and go here and type in Dreamweaver and open up Dreamweaver, and it's going to kind of remember the last place we were. So there it is. Okay, and then keep on going with this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, instead of doing that, I'm going to say my site. So I made a change, right? So I need to save it. So I already saved it, and then I'm going to quit. And then I'm going to open Filezilla. If you have heard that it has an FTP tool inside Dreamweaver, you heard right. But I'm showing you how to use this because not all of you are going to go ahead and download Dreamweaver. Or if you did, it only lasts 30 days. So what do you do next quarter? Well, I'll tell you what to do next quarter. So go ahead and connect. Fine. Double click on UWeb. Double click 157, and what changed over here? Well, the index changed. Okay, I'll bring the index only. It's going to ask me if I want to rewrite it. I click OK, and now when I go to my index file and I reload it, it'll say my site. So that's the workflow. You make changes in Dreamweaver, you upload them, etc, etc, etc. All right, see you in class.